The three witches plot mischief against Macbeth with chants, spells, and prophecies. They present three apparitions. Hecate is the goddess of witchcraft and congratulates the witches when they're surrounding the cauldron. Macbeth becomes frightened after he sees the witches' apparitions and sends murderers to kill Macduff's family. Lennox pretends to be a loyal follower for Macbeth and describes Macbeth as a murderous tyrant. Lady Macduff is Macduff's wife, and she's confused why he left her and her children. The messenger warns Lady Macduff that evil is coming. The first murder is sent by Macbeth to kill Macduff's family. Malcolm creates a story saying that he will be a worse king than Macbeth to gain Macduff's trust, and also commits to getting Scotland back. Macduff creates an alliance with Malcolm to regain Scotland and becomes filled with anger after hearing Macbeth killed his family. Ross is a Scottish nobleman that brought the news of Macduff's family's tragedy to Macduff. Act 4, Scene 1 starts out with the three witches surrounding a cauldron, chanting spells and adding strange ingredients. Hecate walks in and commends their work. One of the witches predicts something evil's walking in, and it's Macbeth. He wants the witches to reveal the truth of their prophecies to him. They reveal three apparitions. The first one is a floating head that warns him of Macduff. The second is a blood child that tells him that no one born of woman can hurt him. The third is a crowned child holding a tree saying that he is safe until Birnam Wood moves to Dunsany Hill. Then, 8 crowned kings show up, with one of them carrying a mirror. Banquo's ghost walks at the end of the line. Macbeth doesn't understand the final vision, and he asks the witches, but they disappear. Lennox enters, letting Macbeth know that Macduff left to England, so Macbeth sends murderers to kill Macduff's wife and children. In Scene 2, Lady Macduff feels betrayed and asks Ross why her husband fled. Ross tells her to trust her husband's actions. Lady Macduff tells her son that his father died, but he disagrees. A messenger warns Lady Macduff to run away, but she decides not to since she doesn't feel like she's guilty for anything. Murderers then show up at the castle and end up stabbing Lady Macduff's son, and they all end up chasing her as well. Malcolm tells Macduff that he doesn't trust him for leaving his family in Scotland and for secretly working for Macbeth. To test Macduff, Malcolm says whether he's fit to be king. Macduff's loyalty to Scotland concludes that Malcolm isn't fit for Scotland or to live. Macduff ends up passing Malcolm's test of loyalty. Malcolm ends up embracing Macduff as an ally. A doctor shows up saying that souls await King Edward, and once the doctor leaves, Malcolm tells Macduff that King Edward has the power of curing disease. Ross arrives from Scotland and tells Macduff that his wife and kids are fine. He tells Malcolm to go to his country since Scotland isn't doing so good. Malcolm says he will, but he needs 10,000 soldiers from the English king. Ross ends up telling Macduff that Macbeth murdered his wife and children and ends up hurting him. Macduff tells Malcolm that he will get revenge. Shakespeare blends occult and mythical references into Act 4. The occult reference is when the witches are throwing animal intestines when Macbeth enters and they're able to predict his future. The mythical reference is when Birnam Wood marches to fight Macbeth at Dunsany Hill. The themes that are presented are ambition, love, devotion, kingship, fate, free will, and greed. Greed and power is shown when Macbeth listens to the witch's prophecy on how he will be king. Love is shown when Macduff will seek revenge since Macbeth killed his wife and children. Figurative language. Lines 3 through 4 is a metaphor. Macduff compares courage to a mortal sword. This portrays Macduff's willingness to fight for his country. In Act 4, Scene 3, Malcolm compares Macbeth to a fallen angel. This implies that he is Lucifer himself. In lines 39 through 41 in Scene 3, Macduff shows a comparison between Scotland and a beast of burden, like an abused animal. Scotland is on the verge of collapsing underneath its tyrannous master, who is Macbeth. In Act 4, Scene 2, the murderers enter the room and are insulted and stab the boy while saying, "Young fry of treachery," a metaphor for being a son of a traitor. Malcolm uses a simile when he says Black Macbeth will seem as pure as snow. Malcolm says this because the citizens will think of the evil Macbeth as someone who is as pure as the first snowfall. Marginal and text questions. The prophecy's apparent safety will lead Macbeth to become overconfident. Macbeth thinks he is invincible, and this overconfidence might lead to his downfall. The warning the head gives is to beware Macduff, so the armed head probably suggests that Macbeth is going to be decapitated. Macbeth is probably scared and confused. At first he thought he was invincible and that he would be king. A vision shows a future in which Banquo's descendants will be king, not his descendants. Macbeth wants to kill Macduff. He thinks that one's plans can never be achieved unless they are carried out immediately. So he says that the very first things of my heart will be the first things of my hand, meaning he will act on his first impulse without even thinking. Lady Macduff assumes that Macduff left out of fear since he left his family behind. One could say that Macduff is dead to Lady Macduff. It is as if she just forgets about him entirely and tries to get her son to move on as well. Some characters in the play have done bad things like Macbeth and have benefited from them. Others have done nothing wrong and have had bad things happen to them. For example, Macduff's entire family is murdered even though they are innocent. Since injustices like this happen, she questions why she should even bother fleeing. Macduff's son still believes that his father is a good man and that he has not deserted his family. Macduff says that they should pick up their swords and defend their fallen homeland, that widows and orphans cry every day, and that new sorrows slap heaven in the face every day. As he says this, his entire family, which he left behind, is being murdered by Macbeth's men. Macbeth inspires sorrow because he is now a murderous, abusive king when he used to be a hero. Macduff's speech foreshadows his decapitation of Macbeth. Descriptive lines describing Macbeth. This line is Malcolm saying that Macbeth is a murderous, lecherous, greedy, lying, deceitful, violent, malicious, and guilty of every sin possible. Here Macbeth is saying that he is done waiting for opportunities to arise. He will not think of his actions but take them before he has a chance to think. Important quotes in Act 4. Macbeth has made the decision to kill Macduff's family. This will be Macbeth's downfall. Macduff will kill Macbeth. He's gonna kill him because of the tyranny he has caused Scotland, but more important, the fact that Macbeth killed his family.